Good morning, everybody, and a happy Saturday morning to you. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. Once again, we have like 5 different stories crammed into one video, and some of it is comments that you guys put on some of my videos. Very interesting. So let's jump in and cover it, shall we? Let's go. Well, the articles are still coming out that Harry and Meghan went to Tyler Perry's birthday party. Now, a lot of you had a lot of comments about this one, and this person said that they'll believe that they were there when you see pictures of them with Tyler, Oprah, and the other celebs at the party. There have been not one picture. Somebody else, as you can see, suggested that the Tyler Perry party was an event sponsored by WME with photos and film footage to be used in future productions. And somebody else said, did you notice that there's a camera on the visor? Maybe they're filming for another Netflix show. Okay, I did see the camera, as you can see, top of the picture frame here. There is a camera there, but I was thinking dash cam. And then somebody else said there, a total of 6 camera angles were used, which is true in the Netflix series. And it looks like that's what they were doing again this time. So here we go. There's a camera that's hanging off the visor right in front of Harry's face. Now, at the same time, somebody else has said to me, that is not Harry in the car. Actually, multiple people have said that is not Harry in the car. I have to be honest, looking at it from this angle, that sure looks like Harry. If it's not Harry, it's a Harry lookalike. He's wearing the same gray suit Harry always wears. He's got the same color hair. It could be. Maybe somebody else is saying it's not, but for me, okay. Then the person in the back seat, they're saying, is an employee, that the one that I thought was an employee of Archwell, they're saying is actually Kaylee Thomas Morgan from Sunshine Sachs, which would be very suspect to me because after all, they left Sunshine Sachs. They now are with WME. So because there's no footage of them going in to wherever this party was, there's simply a car coming out from wherever they were. People are actually suggesting that they were not invited to that party and that the picture taken is very suspicious. I mean, listen, they not only caught Harry and Meghan in the car, they caught, the Paramount guy and his wife and Oprah and Gayle King. So obviously something was going on because they were all caught in the same place. So, all right. All right, next up, this came up. William and Harry were not close before Diana's death. They actually looked like they were, but they weren't. And with that, I simply want to respond with some of the comments that you guys put up on my screen before on my previous video, saying essentially that while maybe they weren't that close, at least William showed Harry respect and they always walked side by side. William didn't always walk in front of Harry like Meghan walks in front of Harry. Good point. Articles are coming out saying that Harry is extremely unhappy because the succession plans are being made for William to take over from King Charles, and he's being completely left out of the planning. But, his choice illustrates perfectly the old adage, beware, that you get what you wish for. He wanted his freedom. He's got it, but now he's paying the price for it. It's being suggested in this article that if something happened to William, it's a nightmare scenario that nobody even wants to think about because Harry would be next in charge. He would be regent with Meghan by his side while, George grows up. I don't think that would ever happen. They're like, oh yeah, Princess Catherine wouldn't stand in his way. Bull crap. This is one of the bigger stories for today. I had to touch on this. This article just came out, if you look at the date, talking about how Prince Archie had a play date with his cousins, Prince George, Prince Louis, and Princess Charlotte. Are you kidding me? This is what they're talking about. They're talking about after Archie was born, Harry and William were playing polo. Catherine was there with the kids. As you could see, she was very, very busy with Louis, who was very active and running all around. Then she had a picnic behind the car with the kids. There was, let me just tell you right now, there was absolutely no interaction between the two families except for one time. And other than that, there was no interaction. This was not a play date. What this article is trying to do is show that the kids have a royal connection. So what you've got here is Catherine sitting there and Louis is playing with her. And then Louis goes to take her glasses off of her head. And so Catherine takes the glasses and puts them on Louis. And Louis then turns around and looks at Megan, who's holding Archie. Then later on, Catherine is playing with George and setting him up for polo. And George looks at her, but there was no talking, no communication. As a matter of fact, just my personal opinion, George actually looks a little scared of her. Just my thought. So when PR puff pieces come out like this, saying, let's go look back at Prince Archie's rare play date with his royal cousins because the cousins have met and they've played together and they have a connection and blah, blah, blah. When the truth is, that is not the truth. Archie was a couple of weeks old, and rumor was back then, and I think most of the Megxit people know, the rumor was that Meghan heard that one of Harry's ex-girlfriends was there at the match. She wasn't supposed to be there, and she showed up at the last minute. And finally, it was just announced that Harry is going to return to the UK for the Well Child Awards. Now, we know that he has been the patron of Well Child for 16 years, and when he was asked to hand all of his patronages back, he did, but he kept this one. He did not go to the one in 2022 because Queen Elizabeth had passed away. There were all kinds of reasons why. There's different things going on. Here's the thing, though. He did not give a 30-day notice to the UK as required so that they could look into the whole security thing. And this is a private thing anyway. It's got nothing to do with the royal family, so he's not entitled to royal security. There have, however, for Harry been multiple issues. People, Well Child announced this online that he was coming, and people are just, the comments alone are terrible over the fact that he's basically a self-confessed drug abuser, and yet the charity won't get rid of him. They're constantly talking about Meghan's not going to make it back, and yet they're putting up all these pictures. Meghan only went, I believe it was 2 years, and then she never returned. So why they're constantly putting up pictures of her at the Well Child Awards, I don't know. But she won't be there this year. She wasn't there in 2023. She wasn't there in 2022. I don't believe she's been since they left the UK in 2020. Now, for those of you who don't remember this, the 2023 Well Child Awards were held in secret. In other words, it was not announced where the awards were going to be. I don't know how people were supposed to arrive there. There were several things or reasons they said why they did that. Maybe Harry was afraid he was going to be booed. Maybe he was worried about his security. But if you have to hold the awards in a secret place, I just don't get that. There was some talk that they did that because when the German Invictus Games were held, Meghan was removed as a presenter and replaced by a German, personality woman. Maybe they didn't want questions about that. Who knows? But I really don't know why they've kept Harry as their patron. They are also complicit in trying to divert attention. For instance, perfect example, in February of this year, Harry lost his high court case for security. On the same day that happened, they released a taped message from Harry asking for nominations for individuals for the Well Child Award. So as far as I can tell, this charity is doing the same thing that other people are doing and trying to divert attention from bad PR. Anyway, Harry is going to go. He is going to go to the awards, but that's all we know at this time. And we do know that Meghan's not going. So, okay, he's flying back to the UK. All right, you guys know what to do. Go hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications, even though we know it's not working. And then go down into the description box where you'll find the link to video number 2 and follow me over. Let's go.